welcome to the Morning Brew. This is Scott, W2BLT. I'll be your host for the first hour with Vicky on the log, and then we'll turn it over to Jeff, who's back with us, KE0GKF up in Omaha, Nebraska, with Vicky on the log. Just a couple announcements. There will be a second cup today, so join Scott and Vicky. They'll be here at 9 o'clock. This is net number 1270 for those keeping score. And just a couple announcements. Tonight, I think there may be a pop-up pack going on. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m., we have the 40-meter net on 7.245. Join Al and his crew and see how propagation is. Let me reset here. Question of today is not a hard one. Is do you now or have you ever lived on a dirt road? Do you now have you ever dirt road? Let me acknowledge check-ins and then we'll take our mobiles. With the text we had KAUFM Randall, KAEYU Roy, KC2NJB Wayne. We had N0CKV Mark, KM4WZD Joe, KI6KQO Zachary, KQ4 YYN Joe, KJ5MEL Jose, NA2B Charlie, KK7DY Clark, KD9YUZ Jimmy, KB3EYR Greg, KI4 EGQ Bill, KG4 GOQ Paul, KA4 RAK Bob, K4 POI Ed, N3SQR Joe, K4 GED Ronald, KA4 EPS Lou, KD2YUI Charles, W3CVE Chuck, KK4 DUK Duck, KD3AJM Anna, N3DQD Ray, KC3UUK Herbert, KF8 GTW David, WD8 KOB Rod, 4 AEG Charles, WD8 CZP Ben, and KI5 PMI Bill out in Hobbs, New Mexico. Let's take the mobiles. If you're mobile and looking to join us, please come with your call sign twice, and as always, slowly.
Whiskey 5 Echo Charlie Kilo. Whiskey 5 Charlie Kilo Mobile.
Juliet November Mobile.
Kilo Charlie 5 Charlie Zulu X-ray K5CZX Mobile.
K4 GDS, K4 GDS.
November 8, Romeo Echo Juliet. November 8, Romeo Echo Juliet.
Kilo Delta 3 Alpha November Alpha. Kilo Delta 3 Alpha November Alpha.
W8 NJT Whiskey 8 November Juliet Tango. 9XOK K9XOK. Victor Echo 3 Romeo Sierra India in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Golf Juliet checking in and out. Good morning, everybody.
Kilo Delta 2 Tango Yankee Zulu Mobile. Kilo Delta 2 Tango Yankee Zulu Mobile in and out.
J4 HCC. J4 HCC.
UTOM, Kilo Delta 2, Tango Oscar Mike. KO4 EAS, KO4 EAS.
Kilo 90 Tango Juliet Sierra K9 TJS in and out.
Alrighty, let me pick it up there. Recognized from the bottom up, we had K9 TJS, Thomas from Margate, Florida, was in and out. We had KO4 EAS Leonard, KD2 TOM Tom, K4 HBT Gary, KD2 TYZ David. We had KF8 GJJ, John was in and out, and BE3 RSI Daryl was in and out. We had K9 XOK Pat, W8 NJT Nick, KD3 ANA Stephen, N8 REJ Robert, KC5 CZX Daryl. We had KE2 CCK Matt, K4 GDS Gil, and W5 PL James. We had a station ending in Juliet November. Could you come back with your call sign twice, please?
Good morning. Absolutely. That is Kilo Zulu for Juliet November. Kilo Zulu for Juliet November.
Alrighty, we got you, Anders. Let's go up to the top of this mobile list with W5PL James in Spring, Texas. Good morning, James, and do you now or have you ever lived on a dirt road?
Well, good morning, Bill and Nikki. Thank y'all for running the net this morning, and good morning, Brew Crew. This is Whiskey 5 Papa Lima Mobile. James in Spring, mobile into Houston for work today. Got the beautiful moon up in the sky above, and it's going to be another hot day down here. To the question at hand, a negative on the dirt road. I have always pounded the pavement. I guess that's what happens when you grow up in the city. With that, I'll say 7-3 and hand it back to Ned. Everybody a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Whiskey 5 Papa Lima Mobile. We'll be...
Thank you, James. You have a great weekend. This is Scott, W2BLT. How about K4 GDS Gil in Orlando, Florida? Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott. Always great to hear you back in net control. Good morning, Vicky. And for me, the answer would be no and no. Never lived on a dirt road. K4 GDS, back to net.
All right, thanks, Gil. Happy motoring and have a great weekend. KE2 CCK Matt in Frankfort, New York. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to everyone else on the net. Currently, no, but the prior address in Tennessee, yes, I did. So you could say I have, but not currently. A wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. 73 from KE2 CCK back to net control.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us this morning, Matt, and have a good weekend. KZ4 JN Anders in Alachua, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone else. I hope everyone's holding a cup of coffee. I have lived on a dirt road. I moved from the Swedish Silicon Valley to a little dirt road in Clay County, Florida. So you know what that road looks like. So I spent 15 years down that dirt road. Hope everyone has a great day, and TGIF. Kilo Zulu for Juliet November, sending it back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, Anders, thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure. Next up, KC5CZX. Daryl out in Lubbock, Texas. Good morning, Daryl.
Well, good morning to everybody on the Brew. Once again, I made it home before you even got to me, but sometimes I get lucky and they get there early and I can get out early. So, but yes, I currently live on a dirt road and I have lived on a dirt road in the past. So back to that, KC5CZX.
Alrighty, Daryl, have a good sleep if you got to work tonight, and if you don't, enjoy the weekend. N8 REJ Robert in Allen Park, Michigan. Good morning. N8 REJ, are you still with me, Robert? let's move on down to KD3ANA. Stephen and Adrian, PA. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. This is KD3ANA, and I grew up on a dirt driveway, which you will now classify as dirt road, so yeah, now I live on a dirt road.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Stephen. You have yourself a fine day. W8NJT, Nick in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Scott, and everybody else. I did live on a dirt road in Central Florida, Lake Wales, Florida, in between a whole bunch of orange groves. W8NJT, back in control.
Well, from Florida back to Ohio. That's interesting. Have a good weekend, Nick. Thanks for stopping by. K9XOK, Pat in Northbrook, Illinois. Good morning.
Morning, Scott. Thanks so much for taking that. And Vicki, thanks so much for logging. I want to say good morning to everyone. And in regard to the question, I've never lived on a dirt road. K9XOK, Pat, Northbrook, Illinois.
Alrighty, thank you, Pat. You have yourself a fine weekend. KD2TYZ, David in Patchogue, New York. Good morning. KD2YUZ, are you still with me? Maybe David's in a bad place or something. How about K4HBT, Gary in Inverness, Florida? Good morning, Gary. And do you now, or have you ever lived on a dirt road?
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, everyone on the Brew crew. Coffee in the day here in Florida. To the question at hand, no. It's surprising. I've spent a lot of time in the country, here in the United States and also in Panama when I lived there. But dirt roads all around, but my house was on a paved road. K4, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Gary. Appreciate you joining us this morning. KD2TOM, Tom in Rocky Point, New York. Good morning.
Good morning. Fortunately, I've never lived on a dirt road ever yet. I'm not opposed to it, though. With that, KD2TOM will be clear. Everybody have a...
Alrighty, thank you, Tom. Have yourself a great weekend. And last on the mobile list right now, KO4EAS, Leonard down in Margate, Florida. Good morning.
Scott, good morning, Vicki, everyone on the Brew crew. No, I don't, and I have never lived on a dirt road. Everyone have a great day and a nice weekend. KO4EAS, back to net.
Alrighty, no it isn't. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend. Let's see if we can knock out these first load of text check-ins here. Go up to the top, K8UFM, Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan. Good morning, Randall. Do you now or have you ever lived on a dirt road?
Scott, good morning, Vicki, and good morning to the rest of the Brew crew. Almost, but unfortunately the answer was no. With that said, this is K8UFM, back to and everyone have an outstanding Friday and even a better weekend.
All right, thanks, Randall. You as well. Go to KA8BYU, Roy in Blaisdell, New York. Good morning, Roy. KA8BYU. Roy, are you with me? Moving right along, let's go to Wayne, KC2NJV in Belmore, New York. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Scott and the rest of the crew, Jeff and Vicky. Vicky, you shouldn't hear anything because the server is currently off. The answer to the question, oh, by the way, KC2NJV, the answer to the question is I have never lived on a dirt road. I am a city boy. Have a great weekend.
Well, you as well, Wayne, and thanks for joining us this morning. N0 CKV, Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. Good morning.
Good morning, Brew Crew. No, I have never lived on a dirt road. Everybody have a great Friday and a great weekend. And 0CKV back to net.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you stopping by this morning. Have a good one. KF4WZD, Joe in Claremont, Florida. Morning, Joe.
Scott, good morning. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to the crew. I do currently live on a dirt road, have for the past 23 years, and I'll even go you one better. Not only do I live on a dirt road, I live at the end of a dirt road. How cool is that? Hey, everybody take care. Have a fantastic Friday. Let's talk again next week. It's KM4WZD. Back to net.
Well, see, up here in New York, if you lived on the end of a dirt road, your driveway would always be from the town. Have a great day. KI6, Zachary in St. Cloud, Florida. Morning, Zachary.
Good morning, Scott, Jeff, Vicky, and the Brew crew. Currently 79 degrees in Florida Central. And no, I have never lived on a dirt road, but there have been times I wanted to. Hey, everyone, have a blessed weekend. Talk to you next week. Back to you, Scott. KI6 KQO.
All right, thanks, Zachary. We'll have to talk sometime about why you would want to. Have a good weekend. This is W2BLT. Let's go to KQ4YYN. Joe in Franklin, Georgia. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. This is Vicky, everyone else on the Brew crew. I've never really lived on a dirt road. I've been up and down plenty of dirt roads in my life. I've had relatives that had 500 acres of land. They lived on the dirt road until the county decided to pave it back in the late 70s, early 80s. But no, sir, I've never lived on one. Back to you, sir. KQ4YYN.
Alrighty, thank you, Joe. You have a great weekend. KJ5MEL, Jose in Austin, Texas. Good morning.
Scott, Vicky, Jeff, everybody on the net, thank you for running it this morning. This is Jose, KJ5MEL in Austin, Texas. And yes, I grew up on a dirt road. It was a small town, and at that time in Honduras, now it surpasses 2 million. But when I was 10 years old, I remember it was still dirt. A lot of cleaning to be done on that home. It's tough, but I enjoyed it. We used to play with the dirt and everything else. So it was fun. And then they paved it. as well as many other streets. So God bless you all. 7 threes to everybody. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Again, KJ5, Austin, Texas.
All right, thanks, Jose. And you have yourself a great weekend. Let's go down to Tampa, NA2B, Charlie and Birdie. Good morning, Charlie.
Well, good morning, Scott. Sounding chipper this morning, and good morning to everyone on the net from Birdie and I, Tampa. This morning, going to be overcast with lots of rain over the next few days, so we get a little break from the heat. Response to the question, so long and hard, but we just couldn't come up with it. Closest was one time we lived in a trailer park in the military, but that was not paved, it was stone. So anyway, thanks for what you do. Thanks for the question, making us think a little bit this morning. W2B, DNA2B, back to that.
Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, it's comfortable up here today. I got 63 degrees right now. Glorious day. Have a good weekend. DY, Clark from Phoenix, Arizona. Good early morning, Clark.
Good morning, Vicky and the rest of the Brew crew. Yes, Topeka in the back to net control, KK7DY.
Alrighty, Clark, got you in the S column. Have a great day. KD9YUZ Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky and Jeff and everybody on the crew. No, I've never lived on a dirt road in my life, but the way the county keeps our roads around here, a lot of them ought to be dirt anyway. Everybody have a great weekend. KD9YUZ back to net.
Alrighty, Jimmy, you have a good weekend, and thanks for joining us. KB3EYR, Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky, Jeff, everybody on the Brew crew this morning. This is KB3EYR, and negative to the question. It's a very rural area here where I live, but never had the privilege of living on a dirt road. Have a great day, great weekend, back to net control.
Alrighty, thanks for stopping by, Greg. Have a good weekend. KI4EQ, Bill in Woodstock, Georgia. Good morning, Bill.
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky and all the Brew crewers out there. I've never lived on one personally, but I've visited friends who have, and I've driven the Alaska Highway a couple of times. Most of that is dirt, or was dirt, but that's a long one anyway. Hope everybody has a great weekend. KI4EQ.
Yeah, I've seen videos of that Alaska Highway, and that's a bone-jarring ride, it looks like. Have a good day, Bill. Thanks for stopping by. KG4GOQ, Paul, Lake Worth, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Vicky and the Brew crew. No, I have never lived on a dirt road. So this is KG4GOQ in Palm Springs, Florida.
All right, have a great day, Paul. Appreciate you stopping by. KA4RAK, Bob in Jupiter, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I lived on a dirt road and growing up in Sussex County, New Jersey. Have a great weekend, everyone. KA4RAK.
That's interesting, Bob. I wouldn't think of New Jersey as having dirt roads, but hey, they're like anywhere else, I suppose. Have a great weekend. K4POI, Ed in Loxahatchee, Florida. Good morning.
Vicky and Brew Crew. Nope, never a dirt road. Back to you, Scott. K4POI.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate you joining us. N3SQR, Joe in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Good. SQR, Joe, are you with me? Well, moving right along. K4GT, Ronald in Jasper, Florida. Good morning.
Scott and Annette, yes, I did live on a dirt road in Killeen, Texas. K4GET. Have a good night.
Hey, thank you, Ronald. You have yourself a great weekend. KA4EPS, Lou in Lake Worth, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki. No, I never have, but I can tell people, at least here in Florida, that do because they drive white cars to hide that white dust. Have a good weekend, KA4EPS.
Alrighty, Lou. Thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend. KD2YUI, Charles in Syracuse, New York, and repeat the question. Do you now, or have you ever lived on a dirt road? Morning, Charles.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody else listening in the Brew. Negative, no dirt road for me. In fact, I just repaved this week. 73, all back to net control, KD2YUI.
All right, have a good weekend. Charles, thanks for joining us. W3CVE, Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew there. Yes, way back when. And everybody have a great day and a great weekend. And nice to hear your voice there, Scott. W3CVE.
Thanks, Chuck, and you have yourself a great weekend. Appreciate you being here. Let's go to KK4DUK, Duck in Lake City, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. This is KK4DUK. My name is Duck, and I am in sunshiny Lake City, Florida, where it's extremely hot. We either have extreme heat or severe thunderstorms, like yesterday. Excellent question. I myself have never lived on a dirt road, but my father's parents lived on a dirt road. So visiting them, it was a dirt road. Excellent question. Brings back memories. 73s, everyone. This is KK4DK and quack, quack.
Duck, you have a good weekend. Stay out of the sun. This is W2BLT. Let's go to KD3AJN, Anna down in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Morning, Anna. You ever lived on a road?
Good morning, Scott, and everyone else in there this morning. It's good to hear you, Scott. No, never lived on a dirt road. Everyone have a good weekend. Katie. Dan.
Well, thanks, Anna. They only let me out of the cage once in a while anymore. Have a good weekend. And 3DQD, Ray, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Scott, Vicky, Jeff, everyone else in there this morning. I've lived in town in Beaver, Pennsylvania, and a block east of our house and a block north of our house, the pavement stopped. So every spring, the streets had to... So the short answer is yes, back to net. This is N3DQD.
Thanks, Ray. Yeah, that brings back memories. We lived on one dirt road where the town came and paved like a 30-foot section right in front of our house. Didn't do much but create a bump. Have a good day. KC3, UUK, Herbert, West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
This is KC3 UUK. When I was a youth, we had a summer home up by a lake, and all the roads around it was dirt. And I did it every summer for many years as a kid. With that being said, everybody have a blessed and glorious day out there. Stay safe if you're in bad weather. Stay safe and look out for the rain. Have 73s, everybody. God bless.
All right, Herbert, have a great weekend. KF8 GW, David, Toledo, Ohio. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you, everybody on the Brew Crew. So, yes, when I was in my teens, we lived in a border town on the Rio Grande in Texas called Zapata, and it was one of those towns that had one stoplight and a lot of dirt roads. Closest big town was Laredo, and it was 60 miles away. So yes, when I was a kid, did live on a dirt road. I do not live on a dirt road any longer, though. So anyway, 73. Everybody have a great weekend, and KF8, DTW, back to net.
Alrighty, got you in the yes column, David. Have a good weekend. KD8KOB, Rod, Madison, West Virginia. Good morning.
This is Whiskey Delta 8 Kilo Oscar Bravo. Good morning, Net. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Hey, we've got a new month starting tomorrow, so enjoy the weekend. And yes, the first 5 years of my life was on a dirt road, although that's been a long time ago. Back in the WD8 KOB.
Yeah, but I'll bet it don't seems like yesterday. Have a good week. Thanks for joining. KR4 AEG, Charles in Belmont, North Carolina. Good morning.
Hello, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the net. I grew up on a dirt road. It's no longer dirt. I still live on the same road, but we have pavement now. KR4 AEG, back to net.
All right, thanks, Charles. Good to hear from you. WD8 CZP, Ben in Winter Haven, Florida. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone in the Zoom room. Scott doing a fabulous job, Vicky, Logan, and everyone on the net. We're here in the campground. It'd be better on a dirt road with the potholes and the uneven asphalt. And if summer cabin counts in North Woods of Michigan, then not only was it a gravel dirt road, but it went into a two-wheel track in the forest. So if that counts, Vicky, then the answer would be yes. But most of the time, the regular residence was in asphalt. So back to Scott. This is with Delta 8, Charlie Zulu Papa on All-Star.
Alrighty, thanks, Ben. We're going to put you in the yes column there. Have a great weekend. The last of the original text check-ins, KI5 PM Bill out in Hobbs, New Mexico. Good morning, Bill.
Scott, everybody on the Brew. Yes, many years ago I lived on the dirt road. Hope everybody has a great day and good weekend. KI5 PMI. Back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you joining us, and you have a great weekend. This is W2BLT. Let me acknowledge some more text check-ins, and then we'll take our radio check-ins, and we'll run them all. We had W2 RBC Randy, N4 RSM Richard, KC7 FBN Rob, QJQ Keith, KA5 GSS Shane, DA3 YBS Bill, KG8QP Jeff, N8ZF Gary, KF4 BOG Michael, and KR4HBQ Neil. All right, who do we have on the radio there? I appreciate you folks being patient. Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
4 ONH, Kilo, Foxtrot 4, Oscar, November Hotel.
Whiskey Bravo 5, India Tango Mobile, WB5 ITT Mobile.
Whiskey 5.
November 3, Mike Delta Charlie. That's November 3, Mike Delta Charlie, but that's J-Mobile.
W8WHK, W8WHK.
Alpha Charlie, in and out.
Echo.
Nice stroke 9,
Bravo, Kilo 4, Alpha Oscar Bravo.
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango 2, VA3, KTJ.
N2BH, N2BH.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar Uniform Papa, KF4 OUP.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, pedestrian mobile.
Kilo 4, Charlie Lima Tango.
Alrighty, up right there, that last station, the Charlie Lima Tango. Could you come back with your call sign twice, please? You're quick keying a little bit. Key that mic, wait a couple seconds, and then give it to me twice, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 4, Charlie, the name is Bob.
Alrighty, we got you that time, Bob. And I want to just confirm another one here. Was it K4AOB Alexander in Raleigh, North Carolina? Is that a good call?
Alex is also okay. Thank you.
Slow that down. My ears don't work that fast. Can you give it to me again?
Alex, K4, AOB, Kilo 4, Alpha Oscar Bravo.
Alrighty, my ears don't work so good, but Vic's actually do. We'll get back to you in a moment. Let me acknowledge who we have here from the bottom up. We had KB2, UDB Mike, KF4 CLT Bob. Looks like you're new to the system. We had VA3 CRF, my buddy Byrne, KF4 OUP Byron, N2BH Bill, WB2 ERX Rich, VH3 KTJ Jensic, KM7 CGI Larry, KA4 AOB Alex, N4 RHE Roger, K2 AAC Art Tonawanda was in and out. We had W8 WHK Bill, N3 MDC Michael, W5 WLH Lee, WB5 ITT Chris, KF4 ONH Paul, and we'll go to the top of this list here and we'll run everybody. Question of the day is, do you now or have you ever lived on a dirt road? Let's go to W2 RBC, one of our team members here in Reflector. Randy, good morning.
Good morning to everybody. I might be reading it, but I just KF4 CLT.
You do, RBC. Are you there, Randy?
Roger, I think someone stepped on me. No, I have never lived on a dirt road, W2RBC.
Thank you, Randy. Look, enjoy like it's going to be a good one. And for RSM, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. Good morning.
Good.
Want to try that, Richard?
Good morning to everyone on the Brew crew. I have never lived on a dirt road. Back to you.
Thank you, Rich. Somebody was stepping on you there before. Have a great weekend. Again, Rob in Boca Raton, Florida. Good morning.
W2 all the way to Vermont, listening.
Well, you're right in the middle of the net if you would just hang on for a couple hours. KC7 FBN, Rob in Boca Raton, are you with me? Forgot to where he wanted to go. W9 QJQ, Keith, Gleason, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Yes, I live on a, well, we don't call it dirt, it's red granite, but yes, I do live on a dirt red granite road. And I have, every time I want to go somewhere, I got to go to the car wash. But yes, I do.
Well, I bet that car wash loves to see you coming. Have a great day and a good weekend. KA5G in League City, Texas. Good morning.
Morning, this is KA5GSS. Yes, I did grow up on a dirt road, and we ran out of dirt and had to make our own road, and eventually turned into dirt as well. But that's where I grew up in southeast Texas. Seemed like there was more dirt roads than paved roads where I grew up. Currently, I do not, but yes, question. Hope everybody has a great one. KA5GSS. Back to net control, 7-3, everybody.
All righty, thanks, Shane. Have a great day. Let's go across the lake here to VYBS. Bill up at Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Scott, and everybody on the net this morning. Good to play, Scott. No, I've never lived on a dirt road. Always lived on a paved road, and actually they're repaved road as we speak. Thanks for doing the net this morning. VA3YBS, back to you.
Alrighty, Bill, enjoy that newly paved road and have a great weekend. KG8QP, Jeff in Perrysburg, Ohio. Good morning. Alrighty, thank you, Jeff. You have yourself a great day. Next up, N8ZFH, Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott Dickey and the Brew Crew. And no, I have never lived on a dirt road. Please check in and out. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. N8ZFH, back to Matt.
We got you in the no column. Thanks for stopping by this morning. KF4, BOG, Michael in Huntsville, Alabama. Good morning.
Good morning. And in answer to your question, nope, I've never lived on a dirt road. It's always been paved or asphalt or whatever you want to call that. It's always been a paved KF4 BOG. Back to you.
Thank you, Michael. Haven't talked to you for a while. Have a great day. KR4 HBQ, Neil in Durham, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, all. Actually, I'm in Cranberry, Pennsylvania today. Traveling to western Pennsylvania for the weekend. And no, I have never lived on a dirt road before. So that's for me, KR4HBQ. Connect control.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Neil, and enjoy your time away. This is W2BLT. Next up, KF4 ONH, Paul in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning. KF4 ONH, Paul, are you with me? Well, let's move along. WB5ITT, Chris out in Orange, Texas. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. This morning is January and hoping to work. The old man village for a Friday. No, never did live on a dirt road. Louisiana, they were more of a rocky road than a dirt road. And our lake house up in East Texas was more of a sandy road than anything else. But no dirt roads in my history. I think. Everybody has a good Friday. See y'all later. Won't be making the second cut. WB5ITT. Fort Ox.
All right, thanks, Chris. We got you in the no column. Have a great weekend. Let's go to W5WLH, Lee in Winston, Texas. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Scott and Vicki. Once upon a time, a very long time ago, grew up on a dirt road. Back to net control, Whiskey 5 WLH.
Alrighty, thank you, Lee. Hope it cools down and dries up out there. N3MDC, Michael in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Good morning.
Morning. morning, Scott. Hey, Scott, first of all, I got to say, I like your Curious Ed page that you got there. A picture of a BLT sandwich. One of my favorite sandwiches. I get one of those at Subway once in a while. I wanted to tell you that. No, I do not live on a dirt road. Back to you, Scott. You dream, be safe.
Hey, thank you, Michael. And someday I'm going to get down to Winston-Salem. There's a little short racetrack down there called Bowman Gray Stadium, and I'm going to go there one day. I promise you that. Have a great weekend. Let's go to WHK. Bill, down in North Fort Myers, Florida. Morning, Bill.
Good morning. Southwest Florida. Let's see, what is it? 78 degrees out and partly cloudy. Back in the 1980s, we lived on a dirt road in Ohio. It was Chatham, Ohio. It was Vandemark Road. And it was dirt, but they would with oil just in front of the houses, some sort of oil, black stuff. They once in a while during the summer mainly, and that helped keep dust down. And it didn't work very well. Then they gravelled it, and then eventually they put asphalt down. So luckily they didn't have to live there that long with the dirt road. So it was good memories of being out in the country. Okay, that's it. Everybody enjoy your weekend. 7-3s and WHK back in control.
Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate you joining us, and I think that oil they put down was the start of undercoating. Let's put it that way. Have a great day. Next up, N4RHE, Roger down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Top of the morning, my friend.
WWLT, and the rest of yourself, handsome, and a clever cousin Vicky, November 4, Romeo Chaleco. Yes, on a remote private dirt road, we owned a sod roof ski chalet built by a Norwegian architect on 32 acres in western North Carolina, with a spring-fed swimming pool that I used to cool my beer. We sold it after the fourth break-in. Always a pleasure to hear you, Scott, and good ears, cousin. November 4, Romeo Chaleco, return to net.
Hey, Roger, always a pleasure. You have yourself a great weekend. K4AOB, Alex, Raleigh, North Carolina. Good morning.
Be here. Thanks for hosting. And my answer would be no to the question. I think the closest I've gotten has been a gravel driveway. Everybody have a great weekend. For AOB, that's good net control.
Alrighty, thanks, Alex. Appreciate you joining us, and looking forward to you talking with you again. KM7, CG area, Maricopa, Arizona. Good morning. Well, Larry, I don't know if you're on an HT that's going dead or what, but let's try it one more time.
That's a negative on the dirt road.
There, that was better. We got you that time, Larry. We got you in the no column. Have a great weekend. Jinsuk, BA3KTJ, LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. Morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the net. My answer is no. I never lived on a dirt road. Everybody have a great weekend. This is BA3KTJ, 53.
for joining us, Jinsuk, and you have yourself a great weekend. WB2 ERX, Rich in Ridge, New York. Good morning.
Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. No, we had a gravel stone road in the beginning, and then they paved it. So that's it. Back to that. ERX to be clear.
Thanks for joining us, Rich. Have a great day. Rich, I mean, you're a Rich. And 2BH Bill, one of your here on the morning brew. Elmira, New York. Good morning.
Scott, Vicky, Jeff, everybody. No, never lived on a dirt road, but back in my younger a lot of time on some. And 2BH.
Alrighty, Bill. I'm not going to go any further than that. Have a great, appreciate you joining us and all you do. KF4 OUP, Byron in Cape Coral, Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the Brew crew. This is KF4 OUP, Cape Coral. Yes, I did live on a dirt road when I was younger, back around the 70s, late 70s, and now it's the turnpike. Now it's the Florida Turnpike that has built over the dirt road. Back to Neckacho, KF4 OUP.
Thanks, Byron. You have a good day. Let's go up to Canada. VA3 Vern up in Waterdown. Good morning, Vern.
Good morning, Scott. So nice to hear your voice. Hope you're doing well. It is a cool and comfortable 58 degrees up here in Waterdown, going up to the high 80s. I think there's some rain coming this afternoon. In terms of the question of the day, Scott, there's definitely some dirt in my past, but not in the form of dirt roads. No dirt roads for me. It's a long weekend in Ontario. Monday is a holiday, and this weekend is our Caribbean Festival, which shuts down a lot of streets in downtown Toronto. Scott, great to hear you. Hope everyone has a good day and a nice weekend. VA3 CRF.
All right, thank you. Have yourself a nice day and enjoy the holiday here. Even though it's a holiday for you, we'll still be here on Monday. Have a great day. KF4 CLD. Looks like you're new to the system down in Sanford, North Carolina. Good morning. Do you now or have you ever lived on a dirt road? KF4 CLT, are you still with me, Bob? Moving right along. Let me acknowledge some text check-ins here. I'll take a few of them, and then we'll turn it over to Jeff here. We had KB2 UDB Mike, KC2 GRN Joel, NW4Q Jim, WW0N, WP4 VW Milton, WA8CLG Doug, and KG4 GWO. K2 UDB edition this morning, probably. Good morning.
KB5 UDB.
KB2 UDB. Good morning there, Scott, Richie, and everybody else on our brew. Yes, in 1973, I lived on a dirt road. It wasn't even dedicated yet. Dedicated means you didn't put a sign up there and give it a street name. And then down in Florida, we don't have dirt roads. We got sand, and they're shelled. So yes, on either one. So thanks for picking me up this morning. And tight lines, everybody is fishing. And we'll catch you later. Have a good weekend. This is KB2 UDB, upstate New York, saying 7-3, and back to net.
All righty, Mike. Thanks for joining us. You have a great day. Well, that's going to do it for me, folks. We're going to turn it over to Jeff, KE0GKF with Vicky and the log, and thanks to Vicky for logging. Really helps when somebody can hear. Have a great day, everyone. This is W2BLT. It's all yours, Jeff.
Well, thank you, Scott. Good to hear you, as always, out there. I'm going to just say you're coming out of retirement. You're done, buddy. You're back with us. Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff, KE0GKF. I'm located in Omaha, Nebraska. It is 70 degrees. We're heading for about 78, so going to be pleasant. We had some much-needed rain overnight that got rid of the fire hazards here in the hills. Let's get right back at it. KC2G Joel, good morning. What about that dirt road?
Good morning, Jeff and Scott and Vicky and everybody on the Morning Brew, KC2GRN. Answer the question is no, never lived on the dirt road. Anyway, it's a balmy 68 degrees here on Long Island, partly cloudy, and we also just got through a bunch of rain the past few days, which really broke our heat wave that we had here for a few weeks. Anyway, it looks like a great weekend. I hope everyone else has a great weekend. And again, thank you guys for what you do on the net every day. KC2GRN, back to net.
All righty, thanks, Joel. Yeah, that rain we got last night such broke us out of our triple digits as well. It was definitely needed overnight. Have a good morning. NW4Q Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Good morning, Jeff. I grew up on the dirt road.
On the dirt road. All right, Jim. Have a good morning, my man. WW0N Kenny in good morning.
Good morning. Yes, indeed. I did grow up in East Tennessee, and we had a dirt gravel road across my grandparents' farm. So yes, definitely. This is WW0N back to net.
Saw a lot of dirt roads here in Omaha in my younger years, Kenny, but never lived on one. Can't say that I did. Now they're all paved. Have a good morning. WP4VW, Milton, how you doing in Texas?
Muy buenos días, mi amigo, to you and everybody listening. God, it's been a while, I hadn't heard him. Anyhow, question on hand, I did not live, however, the house, there was asphalt and concrete. But in the back of the house, we had plenty of dirt roads where we had a lot of fun with, especially with the bicycles. And muy buenos días a my friend Verm in Canada. Back to you, Net Control. Great to hear from you. Wonderful weekend. Thank you for running the network with me from Bush Airport. Adios.
All right, Milton. Adios. Have yourself a good weekend. Doug in Homosassa. WA8CLG. What say you, sir? Push a fun button.
This is WA8CLG, and I have the fun button pushed. Good morning, everyone. And the answer for me is no. I have never lived on a dirt road. Everybody have a good day. Back to you, Jeff.
All right, Doug, have a wonderful day down there in Florida. William in Wake Forest, North Carolina, KQ4. Hello.
Good morning this morning. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to her crew this morning. Wow. Man, you try to make me tell my age. Not only me and a whole bunch of us. Yes, I did. Boy, I loved it too, boy. Playing with them doodle bugs and crap like that. Wow. Anyway, y'all have a super fine day, man. Have a safe weekend. This is Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Whiskey Oscar. William around. And we got all the rain we needed. Beautiful Wake Forest, North Carolina. Y'all have a super fine and safe weekend.
11710.
Can I have the reflector, please? Hey, William, you know what? I'm just going to call you super fine from now on, man. You have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next time. 6 minutes past the hour. Heading over to you, Daryl, in Concord, New Hampshire. WB1DXN.
Good morning to Mr. Vicky and Jeff and the rest of the morning crew as I rode in on the Tex commuter train from the great state. No for me, but however, there was a few dirt roads around, and then as a job, and then I moved about and came to New Hampshire and got a job that eventually took me to some back roads, and then sometimes I'd go down the road and I'd say, okay, if I needed to get out of here a different way, what does this road take me? So I had fun just taking dirt roads and see where they come out of. As always, look ahead, think ahead. Unexpected. If you're doing some work, driving or whatever, always have a way out. WP1DXN.
Woo-hoo! Thanks for coming in on the Tex commuter train, Daryl. As Tex number is 716-317-906-317-50. Send it over to Vicky. She'll get you on the log. Thanks again, Daryl. Let's go to Leo. Good morning, K4ITA in 4.
Good morning. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicky, and everybody from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale. 82 degrees this morning. That's going to be a nice day. And finally, after 2 months of seaweed, we have a beautiful ocean. And yes, there is never lived on a dirt road. Everybody, great day, great weekend. K4ITA.
All right, Leo, there's something I haven't seen in decades upon decades, is seaweed out here in Omaha in the middle of the country. Have a good one. Good to you. Ivan in New York, N2IF.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, and good morning to the Brew Crew. This is Ivan, N2IF, and yeah, on that, I currently do not live on a dirt road right now, and I've never been, I never have been on a home, with one. Previous house was on a small road off of town, so, yeah, but you get up about 20 miles north, get into the Olcott area, a bit south of Olcott near Wilson, and, you go to the west and then go a little south and you'll hit Wilson, and it's got a lot of dirt roads back there, just behind cornfields and everything, so... Yeah, they're around here. It's just usually when they do have them, they're not even populated because, half the time, they're not even roads. So, anyways, this is N2IF, Sectionnet.
Hey, it's good hearing you out there this morning. Have a good weekend. We made it, everyone. It is the weekend. Net number 127. So, you know what that means? The second cup will be coming up at the end of this hour. And so say good morning to Scott and Vicky. That will be the second. And, of course, thank you, Vicky, for doing the log for me this second hour. Doing N8HLN.
Good morning, Jeff.
KB580B.
Good morning. The question is, no, I've never lived on a dirt road, but I do have fond memories spending my childhood summers on my grandparents' farm in northern Canada, where they would come by once a week. As the station mentioned earlier, they would coat the roads in oil. So that was, I remember, a big deal. Everyone have a great weekend, and enjoy.
Yeah, and sling that stuff up under your chassis. Great fun. Have a good mic. You're a good mic. Have a good mic. I'll wake up this mic. Have a good weekend, Mike. Scott, KY4NB. What are you doing? Well, let's try her again. KY4NB. You still out, Scott?
When I would go to my grand.
Again, KY4.
Just remember those needles. More time. Thank y'all. Good night. Oh.
All right, Scott. I'm going to step in here for Jeff for just a second. He got disconnected. Scott, KY4NB, you were kind of broken up there. We didn't really catch your answer. Something with your connection, I think. Anyhow, I believe the next is going to be Carlos in Hollywood, Florida. N1. Carlos, the question of the day is, do you now or have you ever lived on a dirt road? Over to you.
Hey, good morning, Scott, Jeff, Vicky, everybody always present here. This is a great Friday. We made it to the weekend, as Jeff said. I thought I was going to escape the heat wave. I'm in Oklahoma City, and it's 82 right now. The temperature's going to come up to 103. I'm happy, because I'm departing in 2 hours. And I didn't give it much thought, but I'm going to Amarillo, Texas. Also going to be 102 today. So, yeah. So much for trying to run from the heat here. Dirt road? No, it was not a dirt road. It was gravel. It was sort of a asphalt kind of material, but it wasn't asphalt, not gravel per se also. So it was that version of a paved road. So call it what you want. That's what I read. And 1 CBM, back to net. Everyone have a great weekend.
Alrighty, Carlos. Hey, sorry about that. I got disconnected. I don't know what happened. Just said disconnected. I'm back. I just connected to Wilmington, and everything should be good. Cell's giving me some sort of signal. Let's go to N7FGP. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Jeff. Let's see. I grew up on a gravel dirt road in the country. So, back to you.
Okay. Thanks, Carl. I'm sorry, Scott. let's go with another round of check-ins, and I'm going to try and get my stuff together here. Not sure why I'm being dropped. Any station, anywhere, twice, and slow.
CJM W2, CJM Mobile.
Echo Echo Uniform, KA2 EEU.
KT5 VTX.
Kilo Juliet 5 Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet Delta X-Ray Bravo. Delta Alpha Mobile.
Kilo Tango 5 Bravo Tango X-Ray. Kilo Tango 5 Bravo Tango X-Ray.
Kilo Yankee 4 November Bravo. If I'm making it back in on Echo Wave. Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Mike November. 8 SM morning in and out. KE8 SMN Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Mike November. In and out.
November with W3U.
Everybody.
This is November 1, Whiskey Echo Bravo, N1 WEB.
Kilo Delta India Yankee. Kilo Delta India. Kilo Foxtrot 8 L Alpha Tango. Kilo Foxtrot 8 L Alpha Tango.
Okay, a little bit of packet loss system-wide. We've got a captive audience, a lot of connections out there. That's okay. We can deal with it. We know what's going on. We just had a station, KF8, question mark AT. Can you clear that up for us, please?
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Hotel Alpha Tango.
Okay, we got it. Ryan, looks like a new station. Thanks for clearing that up for us. We also had KY4NB, K5RLR, and W3ICQ just pop in by the text line. I'm going to go up this list with just calls for speed. W2SAL, KK4DIY, N1WEB, NW3U, KC2, UVQ, KE8SMN. You or an IO, have a good weekend, sir. KY4NB recheck, KT5BTX, 81DA, KJ5DXB, KP1KPM, if we have that correct, and we had a station with a BTX in your call. Clear that up for us right now.
Probably Tango 5 Bravo Tango X-Ray.
Waiting for it to populate. All right, Brad, looks like you're a recheck as well. Thanks for clearing that up. A recheck. Hang tight, sir. AA2EEU and W2CJM. Charles, and you're the mobile on this list, so let's see you. Charles, the question of the day is, do you now or have you ever lived on a dirt road? talking about the dirt road. Charles, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, everybody on the crew. The answer is no. Everybody have a great day and stay well.
And you do the same, Charles. Motor safely. Scott, push the fun button, KA2EEU. Scott, you still with us? KA2 double EU. Well, nothing heard from Scott. Scott, check in again. Would you? BT, Texas, what's going on? Okay, I guess I was broken up there. Brad, KT5TX.
Good morning to everyone on the morning brew. Put me down for a yes. I did grow up on a gravel road. This is KT5BTX, back to the net.
Sounds good, Brad. Have a good weekend. Art, KB1KPM.
One on the Brew crew. It's down the dirt road. KB1 KPM back to net control.
Right, Art, have a good one. We got about 500 connections out there, so we've got a little bit of loss, but not too bad. Let's go to KJ5, DXB, good morning.
Jeff, Vicky, everybody in the crew. I am a negative on a dirt road. Have a great weekend, everybody. KJ5, DXB, back to you, Jeff.
All right. Always good talking to you in the morning. Doug, AD1DA. Doug, AD1DA, good morning. Okay, let's move on. KY4NB, Scott, how you doing?
Well, Jeff, everybody on the Brew crew, sorry about the recheck. I never heard acknowledgement from you that I got in the first time with Echo Link and the Gremlin. So that's all it was. And I'll turn it back to net. Everybody have a good Friday. Get some French fries. KY4NB, back to net.
Your audio is perfect. Here is your playback.
Time with Echo and the Gremlin. So that.
Okay, somebody's got Parrot connected. Disconnect it if you would. No problem, Scott. Hey, Scott, on a dirt road. All right, we'll move on from Scott. Scott, have a good morning. Phil, KC2UVQ, what say you?
I never actually rode, but when I stayed, the road I lived on to a dirt road about 2 or 3 miles north. So that's as close as I got to a dirt road. KC2 UVQ.
All right. righty, Phil. Have a good 550 connections. NW3U, David. Good morning.
Well, good morning, everybody in the morning, Brew, NW3U. Myself, I have dirt. Everybody have a good day, and catch you guys Monday morning. NW3U.
All right, David, sounds good. It is 25 minutes. Stick around at the top of the hour as a second cup. Scott and Vicky, say good morning to them. Webb, how you doing? N1WE.
Thank you, Jeff and Vicky, and good morning to the net. I'd never lived on a dirt road, so no, but when I lived in Fredonia, New York as a kid, the streets were paved with bricks. Pretty neat. N1WEB.
Yes. Still have them out here too, downtown Omaha in the scenic downtown district. Purrington Pavers. The Purrington Paver brick. Gene, KK4 DIY. You're lucky number 100. Push the fun button.
Morning, Vicky. Push the fun button. And the answer is yes. I've lived on dirt roads several times, and I like living out in the country, and that's where the dirt roads are. Back to you, my friends. KK4 DIY.
On the dirt road. Sounds good, Gene. Have a good weekend. Sal, he's been itching to get on here this morning, giving us all sorts of different hieroglyphics and, signs in the room here. You got us all going this morning. Good morning, Sal. W2SAL.
Well, I keep trying for that number 100, but for some reason I got one down and just never happened. But put me down for a no, never lived on a dirt road. And you get a chance in the Zoom room, ask Vicky about a wheelchair. W2SAL, back to net control.
All right. Yeah, like Get Smart, Maxwell Smart said, by that much, Sal, that much. Let's go to a new station, KF8, HAT, looks like new station, Ryan. Good morning.
Everybody, no, I have never lived on a dirt road. Back to you.
All righty, Ryan. Thanks for checking in. Couple of quick things. You're a new station, so welcome to East Coast Reflector. You're in the family now. Check us out at eastcoastreflector.com. Wealth of information all about us. And if you can get a current email on that, we'll get a welcome letter to you as well. Have a good weekend. Let's go to Randall, K5, RLR.
Well, I have not lived on a dirt road. I have my grandparents a wonderful ranch. That is. I did visit that quite often growing up. So that was what you would consider. Okay. Okay. Joining the net, Jeff, we appreciate it. $35. Thank you.
Hey, sounds good, Randall. Your audio's a bit quiet. Can come up a little bit. Have a good weekend. Bob, W3ICQ. We're talking about the dirt road.
We have for a while lived on a dirt road. W3ICQ, back to you.
Sounds Sounds good, Bob. Go have yourself a breakfast sandwich. Let's go to Bob, KQ82. How you doing?
Morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the rest of the crew at Never Return Dirt. You guys on a second call. Big great you, Becky, man.
Sounds good, Bob. Have a good weekend. Michael, W7SMR.
Morning. Living in Wyoming, I have definitely lived on a dirt road. Back to you, Whiskey 7, Sierra Mike Romeo.
Alrighty, we got you down for Michael. Frank, how you doing? KC2 JPQ.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky and everybody on the Brew. How's Mr. Fun Button today? I hope that your procedure and everything worked out well for you. And never lived on a dirt road, Jeff. And not much going on this weekend, so just have a great weekend. Stay cool, and I'll say peace. Talk to you Monday. KC2 JPQ.
Thanks for your concern, Frank. Yeah, everything went great. All the upgrades, just a couple of pieces of hardware inside me to remove on the third. Everything's great. Appreciate the concern, Frank. Lauren, K5YNU, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning. One on the morning brew. Good to hear out there, Jeff. I'm happy everything went well. Well, yes, on my end. Back to the next. I have a blast Friday, weekend ahead, and don't forget, make some great memories with your family. K5YNU Mobile.
Absolutely agree with that on the memory. Have yourself a good one. Motor safely out there, sir. Armand, W4AB, good morning. We'll try again. Well, want to make sure I'm not keying with somebody. Armand, W4AEV, over to you.
Morning, everybody on the morning brew. Jeff is glad to hear you're doing well. This is Armand in Miami, W4AEB. No, have not lived on a dirt road. AEB, back to...
All righty, Armand. You have a good weekend. Glad we got you in there. My name is Jeff, KE0GK. But there will be a second cup at the top of the hour. For those that have been waiting patiently to get in, we see a lot of connections out there this morning. That's great. So let's get you on the log. Take your time, no hurry. Twice as slowly, please.
In and out.
November 4 Kilo Hotel Zulu at 4 kilohertz. I'll be in and out.
W8 EPD. KSA?
Kilo Delta 2
Kilo 4 Victor Tango KK4 VTQ via mobile.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Kilo mobile on bike now.
Kilo Juliet 5, Papa Sierra Mike, in and out.
Mike, W2EM.
Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, 58, PLV, set.
Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie. Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie.
Kilo 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Always like to put a pause at the end of those key-ups, make sure somebody's not trying to get in. From the bottom up, KC3FGD Ray, WD8PIC Bob, KPLV Chris, you were an IO from Novi. Have a good weekend. Chuck, KJ5PSM Michael, 3 mobiles, KF8GTK Finn, KK4VTT Bruce. We had a station with GQ, you were mobile. Something with a GQ. Clear that up.
Hello, Delta 2, Uniform Golf, Quebec, E2, UGQ.
Okay, Mike. Was just waiting for the log to populate there. Gotcha. Thanks for clearing that up. Moving up the list. APD, Brian. N4KHZ, John, you were an IO this morning. You have a good weekend. And KF8, Detroit Rock City. Jack, we got you at the top of the list, but we got to do the mobiles first. The mobiles. Mike, KD2, UGQ in Shirley, New York. Do you now, or have you ever lived on a dirt road, Mike? Good morning.
This is KD2, UGQ. Yes, I did. Back in the 60s, we had a nice dirt private road, but the neighbors got tired of paying once a year to have it, flattened or plowed down. So they turned it over to the town, and that was a big mistake. Okay, this is KD2, UGQ. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and send it back to net control. You guys do a wonderful job.
Thanks, Mike. We deal with it the best we can. A little bit of loss this morning because we've got a lot of connections, which is great. Hey, happy weekend. Bruce, your mobile, KKTT.
Good morning, one. Good morning to all. Have a great week. Dirt road. I'm a city boy by heart. Never been on, no dirt roads for me. Hey, have a great week. Thanks for letting me have some fun. KK4VTT. Thank you for everything you guys do behind the scenes. Thank you, Vicky. KK4VTT. Somewhere in Ocala, Florida this morning. Thank you.
And thank you, Bruce, for the compliment. And Vicky, yeah, she's the flip on this whole thing. Have a good morning. 39 minutes hour. Next mobile station, Finn, KF8GTK.
KF8GTK in East Lansing, Michigan here. Was just on like a minute ago, which is my local high school marching band camp. Basically, before the school year starts, we just go out here, march for 2 weeks. And to answer the question, no, I have not been on the road ever.
Alrighty, Finn. safely out there. Stations out there this morning. Let's go to the top of the list. Jack, KF8, Detroit Rock City. What's up?
Good morning, Vicky and all. Yes, in the 70s, I used to live for 5 years on a dirt road, but not now. Have a good day, Jeff. Have a good day, Vicky. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
Sounds good, Jack. Have a good weekend. Brian, WABPD, over to you.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky. Hope all is well. No, I do not live at my primary residence, or nor have I on a dirt road, but I have a second. It is on a dirt road. Everybody have a great day. WADPD back to the...
All righty, sir. Sounds good. You have a good weekend. Let's go to Michael, KJ5, PSM. What's up? PSM, you still with us? Nothing from Michael. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? You hanging with us this morning? Chuck, I guess I was hard to read. W2EM.
Yeah, Jeff, lots of packet loss this morning. I wasn't even picking you up there for a bit. No, never lived on a dirt road, although my hunting camp is on a dirt road. So you can put me down for a no. Back to net. Have a good day. W2EM.
All righty, Chuck, sounds good. Now, I want everybody to know we're going to do a hard reset at the top of the hour. Normally the 20 seconds that I say we're going to do. We're going to do a hard reset. I just want to mention it a couple of times. And we have to reset the system. So it'll take about 2 minutes before the second cup comes in. Just be patient. We're going to do a hard reset at the top of the hour. Let's go to Bob, WD8PIC. Good morning.
No, I have not. I have not lived on a dirt road. Everybody have a great weekend and enjoy the weather. By the way, we might have rain and the possibility of some thunderstorms over the weekend, and it's more humid. And it's probably going to go east. Back to net, WD8PIC.
Sounds good. You have yourself a fine weekend, sir. KC3FGD, Ray, over to you.
Good morning, Jeff. Everyone on the Brew. Yes, a dirt road from the 40.
KC3FGD, Ray, you still with us?
For everyone to have a wonderful day. Wonderful. Back to Jeff at Net Control.
Okay, we got you in there. You have a good one. I'm sorry I keyed with you. I didn't hear you. We're having some system issues. Top of the hour, we'll be doing a system reset, which will take about 2 minutes right before the second cup. So everyone be patient. Say that a couple of times. We're going to do a system reset at the top of the hour. KM4, Donnie, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and everybody on the net. Kate and Jack, Florida. Yes, when we were young, one of the houses we lived in for a while was on a dirt road, so put me down as a yes. Everybody have a great weekend. The KM4CTB, back to that.
Sounds good, Donnie. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Kenneth, you're up next in the Florida there, AV4KT.
Yeah, good morning to everybody. On a dirt road. I've lived on a couple of gravel roads, but not dirt. Everybody have a terrific day. 7-3.
All righty, Kenneth, I almost put you down for yes, but you said that doesn't count. We'll go with that. Have a good weekend. My name's Jeff, Vicky on the log. We got 15 minutes to the top of the hour. Bring your call signs twice and slowly. Let's get you going here.
4 Papa Papa X-ray in and out this morning. Whiskey 4 Papa Papa X-ray in and out.
Delta Hotel Charlie, November 8th, Delta Hotel Charlie in Taylor, Michigan. In and out.
Kilo 4 Papa Juliet Mike. Kilo 4 Papa Juliet Mike. In and out.
Kilo Juliet 5. Romeo Foxtrot.
Kilo Romeo 4 November Delta Josh in Heatwave Arena.
November 5 Golf India N5 GI.
F8 GTK, disconnect the reflector, not in the roundtable.
Alpha 5 Papa Uniform Delta. Kilo Alpha 5 Papa Uniform Delta.
EK2AJO. Kilo Echo 2 Alpha Juliet Oscar.
Okay, from the bottom up, KE2HAO, Jose, KA5, PUD, Paul, N5GI, Rick. We had a station out there with a KR4NSD, something like that in your call. Clear that up for us right now.
KR4NVD, that's Romeo 4 November Victor Delta Josh in Heatwave Arena.
Okay, Josh, we got you. I was just waiting for the list to populate there. We got you. 5 RFR Stephen, 3IO 4OU, NDA or NADHC, W4PPX. That's Don, Jim, and Jerry. You are all IOs. Have a good one. AB4KT, KM4CTB, KC3FGD, WD8PIC, KB8PLV. You were an IO, and I think actually I got that. KJ5RFR Stephen, good morning. The question today, do you now or have you lived on a dirt road? Stephen, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Scott, Vicky. No, I have never lived on a dirt road. Closest thing was oil top, but you know that doesn't really count. KJ5R, back to net.
All right, Stephen, have a good one. Let's go to a new station. Josh, KR4NVD. Good morning. Josh, we'll try you again. AR4NVD. From Josh. N5GI Rick, how you doing?
Well, good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. We're doing great, visiting relatives here in upstate South Carolina where the weather is to die for all day. As for the question, back in the 70s, we rented a farmhouse and lived on a dirt road. Okay, this is N5GI, back to net.
Sounds good, Rick. And again, I want to say it a few times at the top of the hour, we'll be doing a hard reset on ECR so we can get rid of some of this packet loss. Lots of connections this morning, too. They'll do that right before the morning brew, so stick around. KI5PUD, Paul, good morning.
Good morning to the net. You can put me down for a negative, but we had several dirt roads on our farm, but negative on living on one. Back to net, K5PUD.
Good morning, East Coast.
I need to know what connection I need to go to at 9 o'clock because that horse loses it.
To that person asking the question, 27339. 27339. I'll say it one more time. 27339. Another station checking right in there, right over us. You're in the middle of a net. Hang tight. Let's go to Jose. KE2AJO. Good.
Good morning to you and Vicky and everybody else on the morning group. It's on the net. Happy Friday. Hopefully we got stuff for those that good. It's pretty close to one, but not really. It was showing off back in the military. So maybe fine. I'm still for a place to live there. This is the last Friday K2 with you.
Good morning, East Coast. Victor Kilo 5, Alpha Mike Hotel.
The Victor Kilo station, hang tight. You're in the middle of a net. My name is Jeff, KE0GKF, with Vicky on the log. We're going to do a system reset at the top of the hour before the morning brew to help address our issues we're having this morning. We've got a lot of connections, too. A lot of connections should auto-connect, but if not, connect back up. Let's go for another round of check-ins, twice and slowly, please.
November 2, Papa India Tango. November 2, Papa India Tango.
8, Romeo Juliet Delta. Whiskey 8, Romeo Juliet Delta.
Romeo Juliet Delta. Now.
The station asked about the net is King Charles 8, Fox Queen. That's KC8FQV Mark. I'm coming through Netaholic, so I did hear the 27339, but it's not working with web trans. I'll find something that KCFQV. And that's Mark,
Okay, I'm being told it's not on web transceive. It's going to be on a different node. Is that it, Vicky? The 598529. 529. I'll say it again. 98529. KD2IWN, Tim. KC8FQV Mark, WARAJD Ryan, N2PIT Kenny. Boy, this has been a stressful second hour. Let's go to you, Kenny, N2PIT. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Nice to calling that Brew out there. No, I never lived on a dirt road other than being overseas in the military. Never lived on a dirt road. Okay. Have a good weekend.
Sounds good, Kenny. You have a good weekend. Stick around for the second cup after our reset at the top of the hour. That's coming in 5 minutes. Ryan, W8RJD. Good morning.
No, sir. No, sir. I have not lived on the. Every weekend, please. RJD.
Ryan, have yourself a fine weekend too. Mark, KC8FQV. Mark.
All right, KC8FQV, I'll say good morning. I hope I have to have a time to get connected. Yeah, I've been hearing, I was wondering what net hawk carried at this, and I found it was you, and I looked at their website. They have a whole calendar of that they run for the day. So I'll go and get that number. I heard it was 58. Well, I'll find it right there. But I'll send it back at control, KC8FQV, Mark in Ohio. About 30 miles out in Cleveland, Ohio, in Aurora. So KC8FQV.
All right, Mark. Yeah, I see your Cupaholics there for the second cup. Tim, K2IWN.
Well, good morning, man. You do sound stressed out. I can hear some of the breaking up here and there, so you must be having some issues. Sorry about that. No, I've never lived on a dirt road. Walked many, but never lived on one. Enjoy your day, and we'll start this up. KD2IWN.
All righty, Tim. Oh, yeah, no, I enjoyed the challenge. I love it. You know, working against about 20 different things at once. Have a good morning. John, N2FYA. Good morning. John, one more time, wrap up the net for us. N2FYA, good morning. Nothing heard from John. If everyone can hear me, we're doing a hard reset. I'm going to call it right now. We're going to do a hard reset on the ECR so we can eliminate a lot of this packet loss, a lot of connections too. A lot of you will be auto-connected. If not, connect back up to us. So before we start the second cup, it's going to go quiet for about 2 minutes. Don't care. Stick with us and check in with Vicki and Scott. About 2 minutes. Everyone have a great weekend. And this is Jeff, KE0GKF on behalf of Scott, BLT, Vicki. Everybody have a good weekend. Hang 2 minutes. We're going quiet.
KF4, 08 Listen, Gainesville, Florida.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is the other Scott in 7FGP in Jamestown, New York. Hopefully we've cleared up some of the packet loss there. Well, it's currently about 64 degrees here, and it's going to be a sunny day. Sitting here with Vicky KE8 VKY, and welcome to the second cup, number 175. Well, at the second cup, we slow things down a bit, get to know each other a little bit better. We don't really have a set question, and we just operate a little bit slower. That being said, you can talk about either, whatever is on your mind, or if you want to answer the morning brew question, that's fine too. Just a couple of things here. It's also National Avocado Day, National Mud Day, System Administrator Appreciation Day, National Raspberry Cake Day, and National Talk Innocence Day, also Harry Potter's birthday. So, thinking about the National Elevator Day, here, let me reset for a second. I was thinking about the National Elevator, or Talking Elevator Day, and it got me thinking, do you remember when we had elevator operators? Did you ever experience that? And somebody in a little stool there and asking what floor please. And when you are in the elevator now, do you talk to the other people, or you just kind of stare straight ahead and just ignore everybody, I guess? Anyhow, do you have any plans for the weekend? Well, it's time to hear from you. So don't forget, you can send your check-in via text at 716-179-050, or you can email your call sign to text@ecr.radio. So let's go ahead and get started taking some check-ins. If you would like to check into the second cup today, I just need your call sign twice and slowly. If I can check in, call now.
KF4, ONH, Kilo, Foxtrot 4, Oscar, November, Hotel. Name's Paul, Gainesville, Florida.
N7WZI, N7WZI.
Kilo 5, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, VK5, DFW.
Gainesville, Mobile.
November 8th, Yankee, Mike Yankee, NHY, John, Waynesburg, Ohio.
KK4 DUK. KK4 DUK.
K9XOK, K9XOK. Golf 4, Papa Alpha.
Alrighty, let me grab it here and let you know who we have. We had a couple, or we have one with a question. All we got was maybe out of it. You kind of crashed with somebody there. So if your call sign has a T in it, I think it's the only one. Go ahead and give us your call sign again twice and slowly.
Yeah, 408, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar November Hotel.
W2GUT, Whiskey 2 Golf Uniform Tango, Mobile.
Alrighty, that must have been it. W2GUT Mobile. Ed, we're going to get to you here in just a second. Let me tell you who we do have. We have Peter in East Angela, England, G4PAG. We have a KN9XOK, I believe. We have Duck in Lake City, KK4DUK. Hey, Duck. We have Jerry in Fort Lauderdale in for OSU. We have John in Doral, Florida, in for YNY. Of course, we have Ed there. We also have Carl in Australia, BK5CFW. We have Alan in Happy Valley, Oregon, N7WZI. And at the top of the list, we have Paul in Gainesville, Florida, KF4ONH. Let me go to the mobile station first. W2GUT, Ed in Cheektowaga. Hey, Ed, how are you today? And what's in your mind for this morning? Got plans for the weekend, or what's up? Over to you, Ed.
Okay, sorry if I wasn't making it right away. In line for my Tim Hortons fix for the day before I go to work. Nice here, elevator-wise. Never been stuck in one, and always try and exchange pleasantries with folks that are getting in the elevator at the same time. Other than that, everybody have a great day. W2GUT Mobile, back to net.
Right, Ed. You have a great day, and yeah, grab that Tim Hortons. So, let's see. Let's go to the top of the list, and that's going to be with Paul in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning, Paul. How are you today? KF4ONH. What do you got planned for the weekend? What's on your mind this morning? Over to you, Paul.
I don't really have much planned for the weekend, and I just left a Toyota dealership, had the car service, and never been stuck in an elevator, and been in a lot of them, but never been stuck in one. And I'm really enjoying this new radio I bought. It's Icon 2730 dual bander. It really works nice. And like I said, I'm in a mobile here, and hope everybody, including you, have a good day there. Thanks for getting me aboard. KF4ONH.
A2RNI. Hello, New York.
All right, station just called. If you can stand by for just a bit, we'll take check-ins here when we get through these that we already have, and we'll get you on the log. All right, Paul. Yeah, it sounds like a good radio. You're sounding good there, and I'm not familiar with icons too much anymore, but you're sounding good. Let's see. Thanks for checking in this morning, and you have a great day today. Let's head on down to Alan in Happy Valley, Oregon, N7WZI. Happy Valley now, isn't that between Grants Pass and Medford, right in that area? Over to you there, Alan.
Actually, no, it's in the Portland metro area. It's next to Milwaukee. Basically, Gresham, Happy Valley, Milwaukee, and Portland. So it's just a subsidiary area of Portland, basically. I remember the old days when the elevator operator sat there and asked what floor you wanted, and then that was only like 2 years, I remember that. And then it was the elevator music. Do you remember the elevator music? You would push a floor, and that music would come on, and it would play music until you got to your floor, and then you got off. Yeah, I remember those days too. And 7WZ.
Oh, okay. You know, Happy Valley. I must be thinking. I think I was thinking of Surprise Valley down there in Medford, Grants Pass area. But yeah, you know, I grew up in Southern Oregon there, and we had a couple of department stores downtown that were actually tall enough. I think they had like 3 or 4 floors, and so we had elevators, and had an elevator operator that would ask you what floor you wanted to go to, and then take you right up to that floor. Also, a really weird thing was, you know, how everything is so computer operated now with when you go to checkout. Well, the department stores all had little pneumatic tube systems, and so you'd go to the sales desk and she'd write a sales slip. You'd give them the money, they'd stick it in the tube, and it would go up to the top floor where the accounting was, and they'd send you back your change. So, all right, Alan. Anything else for the net before we move on down to Carl? Oh, back to Alan in 7 WZI.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, that was way back. About 50 years ago or so. Yeah. Yeah, now everything is swipe your card, you get an instant reading, you get an instant payment, comes off your debit card or credit card. I remember the days when you had to take your debit or credit card to the gas station and put a little slip down there, and you put your card on there and run it. You know, swipe the card, your boss hang onto a slip, they give you one, they keep one, and that's the way they did business then too. So yeah, before the old Windows computers came out that actually compiled everything and put it where it needed to be, you know.
Seemed like it was terribly long, but then, you know, you think about 1980, and, you know, it was almost 30 years ago now. So, all right, Alan, thank you for checking in this morning, and you have a great weekend. And let's move on down the list to Carl in Australia, VK5CSW. Good morning, Carl, and what's on your mind today? And I guess your weekend has already started. So, Carl, over to you.
Yes, good morning and good evening here from South Australia. Scott, yeah, I remember the tubes in the supermarkets back in the day. And the weekend I'll be working, so that's all I've got planned for the weekend. Back to you.
Well, Carl, hopefully you got some time off during the week. I've always worked weekends at some point in my life, and it's not. You get used to it, I guess. I had odd days off there for a while, but I had also a rotating shift, so it wasn't every weekend. But I would work like 3 days straight and then have 4 days off. That was when I first started. And then we kind of went to alternating shifts. So, all right, Carl, I'm going to send it back to you and see if you have anything else for the net. And over to you, Carl.
sorry there, Scott. I haven't really got anything else to say. I've never been caught in an elevator, so I don't have that problem. But other than that, I've got nothing to say. Back to you.
All right, Carl. Thank you for checking in today, and you have a great weekend there. Don't work too hard. All right, let's go to John in Doral, Florida. In for YNY. Good morning, John, and what's on your mind this morning? Over to you. Let's try John again. In for YNY. Good morning, John.
I think you might have the call wrong. It's the November 8th, Yankee Mike Yankee. John in Waynesburg, Ohio.
All right, November 8th, YNY. We'll get it straight here. All right, John, how is your day going? I think that was right, November 8th, YNY. I'm going to send it over to you, John. What's on your mind this morning? And you can correct me on the call sign one more time. So, over to you.
Well, good morning to everybody that's out there listening today. It's November 8th, Yankee Mike Yankee, and I have mobile Echo Link in a Jeep that's probably got a little bit of road noise. I don't know. I got ear pods in. But I am out traveling around, getting some stuff together. We're going to do a little camping this weekend. Going to go down to a lake and enjoy a couple of days off. I work a lot of weekends throughout the summer. I work at a baseball complex, and we do a lot of youth tournaments. And the youth tournaments are over for the month of August, so I'm going to enjoy some time off here on the weekends. And Ohio has got some beautiful weather today. It's 72 degrees, partly sunny out here, and I think we're going to get some rain tomorrow. But the temperatures, I think, are going to still be pretty decent. So I think it's supposed to get up into the low 80s today. But just out listening to the Reflector, enjoying the conversation, and I thought I'd check in this morning. November 8th, Yankee Mike Yankee John in Waynesburg, Ohio. 7-3, everybody.
All right, John. I think we got it that time. November 8th, Yankee Mike Yankee. So you're headed up to the lake to go camping. You have a boat that you're taking out up there, or are you just going to fish, or maybe just swim, or hang out at the lake? Back to you, John, one more time.
Well, we're just going to kind of just take it easy. I've got a 40-foot diesel pusher motorhome. I've got a little trailer, and I put the golf cart on the back. And we're not going to do any fishing. It's a fairly decent-sized lake. It's got a campground, full hookup campground, and we're just going to kind of just mosey around on the golf cart and relax. And like I said, we're supposed to get some rain, so I'm hoping that doesn't hinder things too much. But get a good campfire tonight and just a little relaxation. Like I say, I work about 7 days a week throughout the summer, and just getting away is enough for me. But, I travel around in a 40-foot motorhome. It's like my home away from home, and I enjoy it when I get a chance to use it there. Back to you.
Yeah, John, I understand that. I tell you, I wouldn't need to get my motorhome out this summer before we start getting snow again. So, all right, John, we're going to break with you, and you have a great time out there camping, and have a great weekend. So let's move on down to Jerry in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in for Oregon State University. Isn't that what OSU stands for? over to you, Jerry.
That's Ohio State University. That's where all the nuts are. We're going to go water skiing out in the Everglades. Ask Miss Vicky if she'd like to go along. We'll teach her how to do the alligator jump out there. So have a fine one. We have ridden in an elevator quite a few times. Thank you. And 4 we're down.
All right, Jerry. Well, you have a great weekend and have fun. You know, punch those alligators when you're out there on the skis. So, all right, Jerry, you have a great day. And let's see, let's go down to Duck in Lake City, Florida. KK4DUK. Hey, Duck, how are you today? And what are your big plans for the weekend? Over to you.
KK4DUK, Duck out of sunshiny Lake City, Florida. As a side note, it was good to hear one of my fellow operators out of Gainesville, Paul. He and I haven't talked in a while, but it was great to hear his voice here on the second cup. What's on my mind, really, at least for today, is I need to do some troubleshooting of my All-Star node that I set up here at home. I'm having an issue with it where it indicates it's receiving a signal, a transmission is receiving, but it's not outputting. But I see that it's receiving, so I'm going to be doing some techie troubleshooting to try to figure out what's going on, what's what. Other than that, for tomorrow, since it's the first Saturday of the month, I am a member of my local Aries team, and we meet face-to-face the first Saturday of each month. So I'll be at that meeting tomorrow, and hopefully some good things will come out of it. Having said that, that's all that's on my mind. I hope everyone has a great day and a super weekend. I will say 73s. This is KK4DUK, turning it at control.
Thank you, Doc. This is Vicky KVKY with Scott and 7FGP on the second cup. Up next we've got Pat K9XOK. The elevator question. Have you ever been stuck in one, or have you ever been in one where you had the what is that guy called? Does he have an official name? It's the elevator button pusher guy, elevator operator. I think he should have a better name. KAVKY. Go ahead, Pat.
Morning, Vicky. Thanks for taking the Brew Cup. I'm really enjoying it. I remember an elevator very well. It was at a mansion at Grand and Magnolia Avenue when I lived in St. Louis. Very impressive place. My grandmother lived there. It was called the Memorial Home, and quite a place with marble floors and a big staircase. But that elevator was something else. Remember it quite well. Good morning to all. Enjoy the day. The weekend isn't here for me yet, so I really don't want to think about it. But it's good, sure good to be here. K9XOK, Pat in Northbrook, Illinois.
Thank you, Pat. It sounds like your grandmother had a pretty cool place there. I can't help but wonder if the people that have been on the elevator ride with the elevator operator are opposite than the people that live in the dirt road. Peter, G4PHE.
Alpha Golf. Golf 4 Papa Alpha Golf. Good morning, everybody. Certainly remember the lady in the elevator, or lift as we would say. Lift is the correct word, I think. And yes, haberdashery, ground floor, ladies' lingerie, upper floor, all over. They were brilliant. Sadly, no longer. And I've never been caught in one, thankfully. And plans for the weekend, playing about with Mesh Core. It's quite a local thing now, or it's growing, I think. Know nothing about it, but I've got all the stuff. I think I've got all the stuff. I've just got to assemble it and get it programmed. So that's the plan for this weekend. Good morning, all, and have a nice day from Golf number 4, Papa Alpha Golf.
Yeah, it seems like the mesh nodes are taking off quite a bit. I have a little one. I couldn't get it to connect. I just haven't had time to go back and try again. And you're pretty hot on your audio there. You might want to give it a listen. You can always go to eastcoastreflector.com and then go to listen live if you want to listen. There's also one on there with a 2-minute delay. All right, John, thanks for stopping by. Next up, we've got Anthony, W2HAV. Actually, that was my bad. I skipped John and went to Anthony. We'll come back to Anthony if he needs a minute. John, N2 FYA.
Good morning, Vicky and the rest of the crew out there. Quick question, am I getting in okay right now? I think I was right at the end of the first cup, and I think they said I wasn't getting in. But to answer that question, the first question was, did I live on a dirt road? And the answer was no to that one. And as far as elevators go, no, I never got stuck in an elevator, but my wife, for whatever reason, has a fear of elevators, so I do a lot of stair climbing because she refuses to get on an elevator. So that's it over here, Vicky. Hopefully I'm getting in okay. This is N2FYA John over here, Mystic, Connecticut, and I hope everyone has a great weekend when it gets here. Take care, and back it goes to you, Vicky.
Yeah, thank you, John. You're getting in. We had a good amount of packet loss on morning brew, so that was probably a part of that. Anthony, W2HAV.
Hey, good morning, Becky, and everybody on the net. Let me know if this is. What was the question? I'm all discombobulated here. Becky, are you here? Can you hear me? W2HAV.
Yeah, sorry about that. Question for the morning brew was, I just lost it. It's been like 5 minutes. I can't remember that far. Morning brew question. Have you ever lived on a dirt road? And the question for the second cup is elevators. Have you ever been stuck on one? Or have you ever ridden in one when we had the, whatchamacallit, I can't remember them, the elevator operators, probably because I haven't been on one.
Fortunately, I've never been stuck on an elevator, but I have lived on a dirt road. Doing a stellar job, Vicky. Keep it up. I'm your biggest fan. W2HAV. Back to me.
Thank you, Anthony, and have a good weekend. Alright, what time is it? 9:30. This is Vicky, K8BKY with Scott N7FGP on the second cup. In on the text line, we've got one more, and then we're going to take some more check-ins. But first, we've got Kenny, WW0N.
Good morning, Vicky and Scott and everybody else. WW0N. Happy Friday. Yeah, I got stuck in an elevator, and I did live on a gravel dirt road in East Tennessee, where I'm from. But back in '90, I think I was in the Navy, and we were in Tel Aviv, and we had a Scud missile attack. For about 6 hours, I was stuck in an elevator in Tel Aviv. Me and another shipmate was in the elevator, stuck. We found something to do. I think we're probably eating or something. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. This is WW0N for Vicky and Scott.
That one had to shake you up a little bit. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, this is Vicky, K8BKY with Scott N7FGP. Taking check-in. Place and slowly, please.
November 2, Papa India Tango.
Victor Kilo 3, Foxtrot Sierra Tango. Victor Kilo 3, Foxtrot Sierra Tango. In and out tank Vicky.
Kilo Echo 4, Oscar Lima Golf. Kilo Echo 4, Oscar Lima Golf. Mark in Alabama.
Mike Romeo, Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo.
N3MPE, November 3, Mike Papa Echo. Good night.
Alright, we had N3MPE, AE7MR, KE4OLG. We had VK3FSP who was in and out, and at the top we've got Kenny N2PIT. On today's question, have you ever been stuck in an elevator, or have you ever been in an elevator with an elevator operator?
Yourself, Kiwi, like to check in. Sometime tell me what net I am on.
You're on the second cup.
Good morning, Vicky. This is N2PIT. And no, thankfully, I have never been stuck in an elevator. But I do remember the elevator operators. Yes. You see, when you get on the elevator, they ask you what floor you're going to. And it doesn't seem that long ago. And everybody enjoy the weekend. I just plan on going out and getting a little sun today. And tomorrow is supposed to be a nice weekend here in New York. Back over to you, Vicky. Back to Net Control. This is November 2, Papa India.
Thank you, Kenny, and I'm glad to see you came back. This is your second time here. And on to Mark, KE4OLG. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Just to answer the question, never been stuck in an elevator. However, I do remember the elevator operators from when I was a kid. That would be like 60-something years ago. And kind of similar to the guy that would be in the restroom to hand you a tie to your hands. You don't see either one anymore, but anyhow, hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend from KE4OLG.
Thank you, and we hope you have a good weekend, too. Just want to let you know you're a little loud there. When you talk, you're fine, but when you project, you're definitely loud. If you like, you can go to eastcoastreflector.com and go to listen live. You can see it. There's a meter on there you can watch. And have a good weekend. Mark, up next, Terry AE7, MR.
Echo 7 Mike Romeo. I have never been stuck in one, but I've rode in one with an elevator escort, and I've also rode in one that you could see the wall go past you as you went up, because it just had kind of a crate looking thing on the end, and then I guess almost got my HF on the air. Now the AI7YU and I strung a bunch of wire here in the apartment in the facility, so I can at least hear the atmospheric noises when I turn it on and look for the people. Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo, thank you for picking me up. Well, bringing me in because you can't pick me up. Back to that control.
I'm glad you're getting your antenna up there. Do you have anything planned for this weekend? That's right. Sam, N3 MTE, how are you doing today?
Hi, Vicky, and everybody on the second stop. I'm doing great, Vicky, and I appreciate you asking that. It's very kind of you. I guess I remember those days very well. It was in the 1970s. My wife worked in downtown Hagerstown for a law firm, and they had a girl that ran the elevator. It was a pretty rickety-looking thing. And she always wore mini skirts. I could never understand that. But they updated that equipment, and anyway, she lost the job, obviously. Yes, I also worked for Eastern Elevator Company in Lindbergh, Pennsylvania in the 1980s, late 80s. So I knew how they worked that service elevators for years, and I used to ride on top of the elevator. I can't explain how I did that, but anyway, I knew all the secrets at the keys and everything, and I used to talk out loud and say things like I was someone divine, and people in the elevator would really freak out because they'd hear me talking up above them, but they had no clue where the sound was coming from. Anyway, just a little story there. Thanks. You're doing a very good job, Vicky, and everybody. I greet everyone here. This has been 3 MPE, Pflugerville, Texas. Good day.
Thank you, Sam. Do you have anything special going on this weekend? N3MPE, are you still there? Do you have anything special going on this weekend?
No, I don't have anything going on special at all. Well, it's just another day. But, no, nothing special, Vicky. I'll see you guys there. It's N3MPE, clear, yes.
Alright, thank you. I hope you either find something fun or maybe just relax for the weekend. Doug, W88CLG, how are you doing?
DLT, very good morning, everybody. And I'm doing just fine, thank you. And I hope everybody has a very pleasant weekend coming up. And the answer to the question is no, I'm fortunate that I've never been stuck in an elevator. I do remember the elevator operators. One of the buildings I worked in, every morning you walk in there, and there's this gentleman with a cap on and a suit jacket. You tell him what floor you want, and up you go. And just wanted to mention, those elevators that are built on the outside of the building, and they crawl up. Those things drive me crazy. I won't say I'm afraid to death of them, but if I have to ride one of them, I'm one of the guys that face in. Everybody have a good weekend. Back to you, Vicki.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of elevators, but I like the ones where they're completely glass on the other side, especially in hotel lobbies. Hey, Dan, and 2ZWR, how are you doing?
Good morning, Vicki. Everybody on the second cup. I'm doing good this morning. I hope you are too. Yes, I was stuck in an elevator once between floors. That was a very, very old elevator in a very old building. The fire department had to come and manually open up the doors. And when they opened the doors, we were between floors. And when I looked out, I could just see the floor with the firemen standing above me. And the way to get out was they put a ladder in, and I had to crawl out up to the upper floor. And I was never so scared in my life, worried that the elevator would catch me in the middle and catch me in half. But so yes, I have been stuck. And as far as the weekend goes, really no plans. It's a beautiful day here today. Gonna get out, maybe do a little bit of gardening, a little bit of weeding, a little bit of shopping, and hopefully take it easy. Hope you're having a great day, Vicki. Back to net.
This is Scott, N7FGP in Jamestown, New York. I'm picking it up here for the last part of the second cup. So, Dan, yeah, that sounds like it was a pretty harrowing experience there, having to crawl out up the ladder and everything. How tall of a building was that? I mean, when I was growing up, the tallest building in town had maybe 6 floors on it. But anyhow, how tall of a building? Because that... You know, the buildings seem to sway the taller they get. I'm going to send it back to you, Dan.
Good morning, Scott. Good to hear from you. Good to talk to you. It was only a 4-story medical building that I happened to be working in temporarily, but it was a very, very old building, and the elevators were notorious for breaking down. And when you got in it, it would shake and rattle and roll, and I just happened to get stuck in between floors. But yeah, that was the scariest part. I was so afraid I was going to actually get cut in half. So, Scott, good to talk to you. I hope you have a great weekend. N2ZWR.
Oui, Dartford, Echo, Oscar Canada, go Evelyn.
All right, Dan. Well, thank you for checking in today, and you have a great weekend and a great day today. And that is the bottom of my list. So that station that just tried to check in, we're going to call for a new check-in right now. If you'd like to check in to the second cup, now is your chance. Let us know if you're mobile, and we'll get to you first. Just need your call sign twice and slowly. Please call now.
Quebec 4, Oscar, Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
G2, Echo Mike, W2EF.
KC8FQV. That's KC8FQV.
Victor Kilo 5, Alpha Mike Hotel. Victor Kilo 5, American Mexican Honolulu.
KD2, WN, KD2IWN.
Alpha Delta 2, India Zulu. Alpha Delta 2, India Zulu. In and out.
Kilo 5, Juliet Lima Kilo. Kilo 5, Juliet Lima Kilo. Mobile, in and out.
W5 MAG, WW5 MAG.
Okay. Now I'm going to grab it. Let me see. We have Brian there, AC4BR mobile. We'll get you in a second there. Brian, we have Maggie. Hey, Maggie, WW5MAG. We had James in Spring, Texas, K5JLK, who is mobile and in and out. James, you have a great weekend. Bob in East Amherst, New York, AD2IZ, also in and out. Another great weekend for you, Bob. And we have Tim in Hamburg, New York, KD2IWN. We have Ross in Australia, VK5AMH. We have Mark in Ohio, KC8FQB. And we have Chuck in Lancaster, W2EM. Top of the list, we have Barry in Apopka, Florida, who's also mobile, KQ4ORK. Good morning, Barry. How are you today, and what do you got up for the weekend? Any good plans, or what's on your mind this morning? Over to you, Barry.
Well, good morning to everybody on the second cup. Thanks for picking me up. Not much on my mind. Headed into work for hopefully a short day today. I guess the honey-do list will come out later for my plans for the weekend. I believe you were speaking about getting trapped in an elevator. Although I've never been trapped, I happen to carry elevator keys, an elevator door key in my toolbox. I interface a lot of times with elevator folks. And let me tell you, sitting on top on a high-rise, taking a ride on the top of the car is kind of fun. Hope everybody has a great day. And back to Net Control 73, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
Yeah, I bet that is kind of fun there. Yeah, and some of those elevators, especially in the taller buildings, go pretty darn quickly. So I can imagine being inside there. You kind of hands and fingers to yourself. Don't stick your arm out. So, well, Barry, you have a great weekend, and we'll hope to talk to you next week. So let's move on down to Chuck in Lancaster, New York, W2EM. Good morning, Chuck, and what's on your mind today?
And talking about elevators, I was never stuck in one. However, on a couple of occasions, I helped get people out of them working with the fire company. Our fire company, we had a couple of incidents where people were trapped. We had to get them out. But I have never been stuck. But going back some years, we put a new addition on our fire hall, and we had a nice elevator. And a couple times, people got stuck in there before it was worked out. We had to have the elevator company coming back a couple times and fixing things. But a friend of mine was stuck in there for an hour and a half one time, and then we finally, we didn't get him out. The elevator company came and got him out that time. But anyway, I've never been completely been in one myself. And for this weekend, we have a club picnic. Our radio club is having a picnic on Sunday for new members and everyone, and it should be a nice time. So there I am. I'll probably be out cooking again or dragging the trailer around. So that's what's coming up this weekend. So I'll turn it back to Net Control, and everybody have a good weekend. It's a beautiful day here today. W2EM, Chuck in Lancaster, New York.
Chuck, it sounds like your club there has a lot of fun activities. I know you guys do a lot of stuff, you and Sal. Yeah, oh, and Mark, too, I think, isn't he a part of that? Anyhow, yeah, you know, in my first fire instructor class, that was my chosen presentation was emergency operations of the elevators. I think we had maybe 2 elevators in town, but that was my presentation. And, you know, I've been on some pretty darn rickety elevators, that's for sure. But I've never been stuck in one. Anyhow, Chuck, thanks for checking in, and have a great weekend. Have fun at the picnic, and let's go to Mark in Aurora, Ohio, KC8FQ. KCFQV. Good morning, Mark. How are you today, and what's on your mind today?
Yeah, KCFQV. Yeah, I found you guys over on Netaholic. I knew at 9 o'clock it leaves and goes to another net somewhere. I don't know which one it goes to next. But then I said, I jumped it in and had to ask where it originates at. So I think I found it. The one I came through was 598-529. I don't know if that was one she told me. I thought it was 58, but that's the one I'm coming through. So, but everything else is going good. Yeah, I'm up in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, southwest of Cleveland by about 30 miles. So, that was happening. So, well, and yeah, I did hear about dirt roads. No, I've never lived on a dirt road. I've been on Pamela, and then in the elevator. I've not been stuck in them, but very ironic. Very ironic. I know two people that work with elevators, two different companies. One is a ham operator, K8PMI, Phil, and the other one is my cousin's husband. Her husband works and owns and operates the elevator company. So that's very ironic. But I'll send it back to net, KCFQV.
Yeah, Mark, that is ironic. Hey, let me ask you, are you using a M1KE by chance? Just wondering.
No, I'm not. I have heard about the MKE, or the MEK1. I've heard about them. I heard about that over on the, where I heard about it was on the W6EK repeater out there in California. They have a net comes up at 10:30 Eastern time, the coffee break netter, and I've heard about that. But no, I'm not using that. What I'm using is, right now I'm on a Samsung phone, S4, SA, I can't remember which one it is, but I'm using the DB Switch app in the phone, KCFQV.
Okay, Mark. Yeah, you sound good, and I know you're coming in on the IAX bridge using web transceive, so I was just curious if you were using the M1KE or not. So, yeah, all right. Thanks for checking in today, Mark. We're going to go ahead and break with you. We're kind of getting lower on time here. We're going to head on over to Ross in Australia, VK5AMH. Good evening, Ross. How are you today? And what have you got going on this weekend? Over to you.
Very good morning to the East Coast. What's going on this weekend? Well, I'm not really quite sure at this stage. I think we're off to football. Some young fellas playing a bit of footy this weekend. But that's about it, really. Nothing really else really going on. As to answer your two questions, elevators or lifts. No, I've never been caught in a lift. There wouldn't be enough money to put me in a lift. I can't remember the last time I rode in a lift. Probably in a hospital. Yeah, lifts and me don't match. But dirt roads. Is there anything else but a dirt road to live on? Yeah, I've never lived on a dirt road before. It's always been a dirt road. I like the idea of dirt roads. You can see people coming for miles before they even get to your house. So it's a little bit of I don't know, a bit of security there, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for calling us in, VK5 Alpha Mike Hotel Group.
You know, that's the advantages of living out in the country on a dirt road is you always know when somebody's coming. Look out the door and see the dust in the wind. So, Yeah, and we should call them lifts over here. I like that much better than elevator. So maybe that's what I'll just call it from now on. I'll start the movement. So, all right, Ross. Thanks for checking in with us today, and you have a great weekend. Let's head on just up the road from me to Tim in Hamburg, New York. 82 IWN. Good morning, Tim, and what's up this morning, and what do you got going on?
Good morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew crew this morning and second cup. Interesting, I didn't think there was a question for the second cup, but that's okay. No, I've never been stuck in an elevator, nor do I remember elevator operators, except for in cartoons. So that must have ended in the 50s or 60s, before I was born. Not much going on. My birthday on Sunday, so but tomorrow my son and his fiancée are coming over. We're going to do a little surf and turf, and some of the fresh, hopefully good corn on the cob is out, so we're going to try some of that. Have a fire afterwards and just relax, and that's the bulk of my weekend besides church on Sunday. And filling out that day. We'll see how the weather is around here. It's supposed to have some rain in the morning, and then maybe nice in the afternoon, so hopefully that's fixed. If it does, we'll enjoy the weekend completely, starting with tonight, as always. Thanks for doing what you do. 73 82 IWN.
Yeah, Tim, the official question is, what's on your mind this morning? I just kind of throw a topic out there to get things started, and it kind of either sticks or it doesn't, and we just kind of go where we need to go. So, anyhow, Tim, I hope you have a great weekend. We're looking forward to, I'm going to get out on the boat here today. I'm pretty darn sure I'm going to make it right after this. So, thanks for checking in, Tim, and have a great weekend. Let's go down to New Orleans. WW5MAG, are you back in the States there, Maggie, or are you down in Belize still? Over to you, Maggie.
Good morning. Yes, I am back in the States, and just want to say happy birthday weekend to Tim. For the questions, I have not been stuck in an elevator, but last year, when I was in South Carolina working for FEMA, there were a lot of people getting stuck in the elevators, and quite a few of us decided to just not be using the elevators. But a few days into it, I realized that actually two people who had lost their lives in elevator accidents, and so I decided that my odds were pretty good, so that I went ahead and started using the elevator again. But one of those deaths was I don't remember who it was that mentioned it earlier, but someone earlier described being terrified, stuck between floors and getting out, and I would definitely not advise that, and that's how one of those folks perished, sadly. And when I'm in Belize, I live on a dirt road. So that is it for my questions. And happy Friday to everybody. WW5MAG.
All right, Maggie. Yeah, boy, that would be terrible. Crawling out of an elevator and it slips down there. They're pretty safe now. They've got the brakes and stuff. Now, in the early days, yeah, this is a little more iffy, but, well, Maggie, thank you for checking in this morning, and you have a great weekend, and let's go down to Brian and see if he's still there. Brian, I apologize. I told you I was going to get back to you, but I missed it again. So, Brian, AC4BR, good morning, and what's on your mind today? Over to you.
hopefully not bad. But no real thoughts other than stuff I got to get done at work today. And no, I've never been stuck in an elevator. I've known people that have, especially when I was in the dorm during my university days. But thankfully that never happened to me or my friends there. So, and I think there's one elevator in my hometown that's in somebody's house that has a lot more money than I do. I don't know why. Anyway, back to AC4VR.
All right, Brian. Yeah, you had somebody there kind of crashing in with you at the end out of Texas, but we got most of that. So. Well, Brian, you have a great weekend, and don't work too hard today. So. Well, we are at the top of the hour, and this is Scott N7FGP in Jamestown, New York. Before we go, I want to remind everybody to join me on Monday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, where we do the night shift net. It's a rag chew net. We do a lot of this where we can go back and forth and talk and kind of get to know each other better. So, and also coming up on Friday, I think there's going to be that's today actually. There's going to be a net on at 8 this evening. I think that's going to be a pop-up with Kevin. And on Saturday night, don't forget the Trivia Net. That's always a fun time at 10 p.m. Eastern with Alex W7FTM. It's always fun. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here. I want to thank Vicky, KE8VKY, and everybody else in the background keeping things up and running. This is Scott N7FGP, and returning the Reflector back to normal amateur use. Thank you, and 7-3, everyone.